Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. It is 1:01 p.m. and the Sarasota Transportation Disadvantage LCB meeting is called to order. If we can all stand and say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll now make sure that we have a quorum. I can see a lot of purple name tags, so that's good. So we have a confirmation of the quorum. Now it's time to go around the table for introductions. I will start. I am Brett Gottschalk. I work for the Agency for Persons with Disabilities, and I am the vice chair, and I have the gavel today. I'm afraid to use it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alida Mojic. I'm with the Department of Children and Families.
Hi, my name is Aretha Gibson. I am a Sarasota County Veteran Service Officer.
Darrell Buller, Manager, Sarasota County Veteran Services.
Brenda Gordon with Medicaid. Nancy Chirac, I'm filling in for Elizabeth Lewis, and I'm Sarasota County School Special Education.
Kimberly Ruda, vocational rehabilitation. Megan Lewis for Bruce Transit.
Judy Carter, Suncoast Center for Independent Living.
Megan Motham, Florida Department of Health, Sarasota County.
And
Scott Lansing, MTM Transit. Somebody take that gavel away from Brett, please.
Did you didn't want to sit with your cohorts today? You had to keep a close eye.
I got her.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're dividing and conquering, making sure.
Are you guys not in talking terms?
saving that for second.
Victoria Upgrove with the Florida Department of Transportation, sorry.
And Michelle Toronto, also with the Florida Department of Transportation.
David Machado, Fiscal Manager, MPO.
Sure. We have a couple of extra, we're gonna slide down if you guys wanna pop up to the table. Yeah, if you those who just get absolutely.
I just don't know where to go.
Oh,
Good, thanks. And don't I say your yes, thanks. My God, was a little distracted.
yes.
I thought it's two of them. That's why I moved the chair.
Okay, here.
Come on.
Over this way. This way, yeah. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hi.
I'll put it.
The star of the show is Izmir.
Yeah.
He's definitely the star. He is.
And then we're just doing table introductions. If you'd like to introduce yourself, that'd be fantastic.
Sure, my name is Alexandra Elman Foley and I am the new CEO of the Lighthouse. I've been there a year now, so
Excellent. Welcome.
thank you, thank you. I'm taking Madeline Spencer's place. I think I will be here from now on instead of her.
Okay,
Okay.
excellent. You even they got you already. They got the name tags.
All right.
You're good.
I got it.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna teach you guys how to be accessible.
There you go. Did you?
Yeah, I just.
All right.
I think I did.
I think so. All right. We're now open the meeting for public comment, including comments on any agenda items. On the screen, you'll see 3 ways for the public to provide input to the LCB. All comments received will be shared with the committee members and be made part of the public record. Rachel, have any public comment cards been received? Not at this time. All right, moving right along. The first agenda item is item 4, adopt minutes for the May 15th, 2024 Sarasota LCB regular meeting annual public workshop. I will now entertain a motion to adopt the minutes for the May 15th regular meeting and annual public workshop. We have Kimberly and then Alida with the second. Any opposed? Right, and then should we all vote? I think, right? Oh.
Yeah.
We all in favor of adopting the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Motion carries. Thank you.
I don't know if I can vote yet, so. that's all.
I believe you can. I believe you are a voting member.
Okay,
Absolutely. No problem. All right, next, that is the only item we have to vote on. The next item on the agenda is reports and presentations. Community Transport Coordinator Report, Breeze Quarterly Review. Seth just came, right in time to present.
Tried to sneak in.
Yes.
Did you see how they call you out and everything?
You can blame Scott.
You got
So, yes, my breath, sorry.
But take your time.
Our trolley ridership is still continuing to increase year over year. Our Siesta Key trolley is one of our best performing routes. You can see that the last month or June we had more riders in June in Siesta Key than we've ever had on the service since its inception in 2017. This is our on-demand ridership. I don't know why there's a blank spot for that, but it's 35,000 rides essentially for that one in the middle. But last quarter we did 104,000 trips. Of those, 1,799 were done in Manatee County, or credited to Manatee County for the service that we share with them. 460,000 miles, and then the number of our shared rides is 63,119. You'll notice that there's some new numbers on the chart. If you look above the 104,000, there's a 34% and then a gray number to the right. That's last year's statistics for the same time. So I mean, it's gone up 34% over the last year. We're seeing that it's been 30% year over year. We don't see a decline or a leveling out coming in the near future in terms of demand. And then our star rating is still, 96.48%. Our 5-star ratings. Again, of those, we're getting about 14% of our people that ride the service actually now leave a rating, which is high. Other places are experiencing 2 or 3% of the people that ride it. So getting a good feel for it. Yes, sir.
So it's great that it's going up 34%, and is that just probably because more people are aware of it?
So we launched it very softly.
Yeah.
We didn't do any media relations. We didn't do any kind of, hey, we're gonna do this service. It just kind of popped up out there in the street one day. And we still haven't done a lot of advertising for us. It's been organic growth. We did a rebranding campaign starting in October, I think, of last year. Where we got a new name. We went to the Breeze name. We got a new look with our vehicles. We rebranded the vehicles. We're starting to rebrand that. But even before we did that, just the organic growth has been doing that. We expect now that we've done the rebranding and we've gotten more people aware of public transit systems that we have. We are reaching outside of just our little area. We're doing marketing that goes out to other places so that when the tourists come down, they know about our services that are available. So I don't expect that to go down at all.
Do you guys have like a capacity, like a potential capacity issue? Like it's, a 35% growth year after year is gonna be, may put a strain on, like it's great, but it also comes with that double-edged sword of
It's gonna come
being
to
able to
that,
provide all those trips.
that lovely word that everybody likes is budget.
Yeah.
This year that the Board of County Commissioners has looked really hard at the budget. Yesterday, Jane gave her presentation on fare structure and what the options for the board may look like. We have a public meeting coming up for our fare structure. And part of the things that they wanted to do, that the board wanted to do, is try to find a way that it's a $2 ride and how to offset the cost of that from the general fund so that we would be able to provide more hours for the same cost. So sharing some of the cost with the passenger, sharing some of the cost with the federal grants, sharing some of the cost with the county general fund to try and get us to do more of what we already have.
So do you think like if you go to next year and save another 35% growth, that's kind of easy math, would be about 130 6,000 rides, is that like, do you currently have like the drivers and the capacity to meet all that demand?
The unique system about this is that it's not like a pool of drivers, this is literally they're gig workers essentially.
So it's like a thing is.
It's like an Uber type thing where the contractor actually subcontracts to the drivers rent the vehicle, the drivers run basically everything around behind it, and then they get paid by the company to do it. So we have not had to date, I have not had the vendor tell me, oh, I don't have enough people.
Yeah,
We've got people that are driving that part-time, they do it for 20 hours a week. We've got some that do it for 60 or 80 hours a week. It just kind of depends on what they want to do. And then we had a restriction last year in the contract that talked about driver's licenses. And we had a rule in there that they had to have a Florida driver's license. That stole a lot of opportunity from us for the snowbirds that come down that want to have a part-time job or a seasonal job. So we got rid of that restriction. So when they come down for this next season, we may see another ingrowth of people that are available to drive.
what kind of background check do the drivers go through? If somebody works with people with disabilities, everybody who goes with us has to pass a level 2 background check.
So luckily, this is not solely for disabled individuals, it's not geared.
But it's not,
towards
they're
disabilities.
not excluded from it either.
They're not
That's
excluded
kind of
from
our mind.
So it's laid out in our contract that for both our paratransit and our on-demand services, they go through the whole screening process. Level 2 background check, they have to go through a driving check. There's certain requirements on there that if they've had so many incidents in the last 3 years or 5 years or 7 years, that they are not allowed to hire that individual.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. And this is our Breeze Plus service. This is the one that is specifically geared towards those individuals that can't ride the fixed route service. 39,000 this last quarter, pretty flat. We're not seeing a massive increase in these types of rides. Part of that is because on-demand is cheaper and on-demand is simple to use. So some of the individuals that would have taken this have decided to take the on-demand service instead, because the on-demand service has the same capacity. They got the wheelchair vehicles, they got a ramp, they can do everything that you could do on a paratransit vehicle. So that takes note, especially in the Venice and Northport areas. The on-demand service isn't as prevalent up here. We've only got small sections of the city or the county that have it on demand. So the MTM service or our paratransit service still does a bulk of those. One thing we looked at last year was that we had on-time performance, and their on-time performance has been very good. 2022 was our new contract with them, and we changed what we expected from them in terms of on-time performance. We wanted 99% on-time performance across the system. And we also made them break that down into a depart at on-time performance and arrive by on-time performance, because individuals have that capability to get I want to make a reservation to be somewhere by 9 AM, or I want to be picked up at 9 AM. So the on-time performance for those are both important. So we track those, and they're running about 98.5%, 99%, which is amazing. You look at other agencies and they're in the 70s, the 80%. The agency I worked at before this, their requirement was 85% was their standard. And that seems to be a number you hear a lot across the board nationwide. So the quality of the service is wonderful. And then the other number at the bottom down there is 1,192. That is the number of individual riders that we have had active in the last quarter. That is not how many individuals are eligible for it. There's a little over 4,000 individuals that have eligibility for the service right now. That's just the ones that rode it last quarter. Yes.
What is, the number of requests by schedule preference? It says arrive by 13574. What does that mean? And then the depart, what does that mean?
So that's the two types of rides that we have. We said you can have an arrive by on-time performance and you have a depart at on-time performance. So of the 38,000 requests that I had, I can't see it from here. I'll make those bigger next time, I promise. But that light pink or that one on the left, those were all people that wanted an arrive by trip. They wanted to be somewhere by a certain time. The other number is the depart at. They all want to be picked up at 9 o'clock. So we're getting more depart at trips requests than we are the arrive by trip requests.
Just the percentage, okay, the request, okay, got it.
So if they do like an arrive by request, which is, I think is great, and like for an appointment, do you then like, is there like? Somebody will then pick, if you said like 9 AM, like somebody will pick you up at 8:30, or is it like? Do they give them like an estimated pickup time then as well?
So they get the estimated pickup time, and the pickup time is a window. So if they have a arrive by time request, I need to be at the doctor by 9 AM. They may be told, okay, I can come and get you between 6:30 and 7 to make that happen. If that doesn't work for the individual, then they have the capability to negotiate within an hour of that. So I say, okay, you know, I can come get you at 6. And it'll be between 6 and 6:30. That'll work for the person, that'll work for us, then we're good to go. So you're gonna get picked up at 6 o'clock, between 6 and 6:30 for your 9 o'clock appointment.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of asking, like you were kind of go up to what Alexandria says, like. Arrive by 9, is there like, I mean, you would think arrive by a time, you should be within probably half hour of that
So,
time arrival, not like 2
The
hours?
drop off time that we have, so if their appointment's at 9 o'clock, they're not allowed to drop them off before 30 minutes
Okay,
of their appointment. When they have that arrive by time, they get put on a system and they get routed with everybody else so that they can get to where they're going at a specific time. And then the arrive by for on-time performance is just that. Did they get them there before their appointment, but not earlier than a half hour? So if they were 45 minutes early, they're not on time.
right,
If they got them there 10 minutes late, they're not on time.
right,
So the on-time window for that arrive by is the appointment time that they scheduled and 30 minutes prior.
okay. Thank you.
May I say something?
Yes,
So this is Breeze now and took over for Scout Plus. Now, I was a rider of Scout Plus in the past. And one of the reasons, I'm just saying this so you guys understand, one of the reasons why I stopped is because that was a lot of my day waiting on both sides of my appointment, basically my whole day. And I didn't take it this way, but someone with a disability might say, well, is my time not worth anything? It's a lot of time.
I think a way to look at this is that the paratransit service, the ADA, is a replacement for the fixed route. So if you're to take a fixed route from Northport to Sarasota, it's a 5-hour ride. If I get you from Northport to Sarasota in 3.5 hours on a paratransit, it's less time than you would have taken on the fixed route. It's a net gain for you. So that is kind of the process to look behind that to remember that the paratransit services are not a on-demand, like a service that we're gonna get you from point A to point B directly time on. It is a replacement for the fixed route service, and the services that you're going to receive with that are going to be in kind to the fixed route service. I can tell you right now that our trips on the paratransit service, if you were to compare them to our fixed route services, are much shorter. I think the longest time I had on a vehicle this last month was 2.5 hours. And that was a single individual that had to go all the way from the north end of Sarasota all the way back down to Northport. So not the common occurrence, but it is not uncommon to have a 45-minute or an hour ride on these paratransit trips because they are meant to replace the fixed route service. And we have to put some efficiency inside there and pick up other people along the way. You may drop somebody else off along the way. The new software suite that we got in 2022, or MPM got 2022 via, streamlined a lot of that, which is why they're able to get a much better on-time performance than they had in the past.
I think I stopped riding right before you got that, so. Hopefully it's better.
We're gonna blame Scott.
It's gonna take 3 hours to go from.
Well, you know, it was like, I'll give you an example. One day I had to get to an appointment. And this is a very short window and I'm visually impaired. There's just no way, there was no bus, there's no way to get there. So I went from Bispham Road down in Gulf Gate, and I had to get to 3300 Clark Road, okay, which is Beneva and Clark, basically. I waited an extra hour, the ride was an hour late. By the time, I didn't get to my appointment, I missed my entire appointment. By the time I got to my appointment, because I was on Mrs. Toad's Wild Ride, I don't know where the hell she went. It took about 2 hours to get, what is that, a mile? So I'm happy to hear that you have made it better. How's that? So,
Okay, any other questions on the Breeze Plus service? I think that is all I have. Nope, I lied. This is the airport service that we run. So we work with Manatee County to go back and forth between the two counties or individuals. This is the breakdown of that. We do it for ADA and TD trips. You'll notice that both of them are gonna be the ADA trips. Last quarter, we did 378 trips that way, 26 individual passengers. You look at that, most of them are work related. And then you look at the time of the day, it's gonna be 7 AM to 2 PM are the high points. You know, somebody going to work, coming back from work to make that trip. That's it for me.
Any additional questions for Seth?
Where is Victoria?
Right here.
Here's your clicker.
I don't think I need it, but I'll hold it.
There you go.
Right.
Okay. All right, I'm Victoria Up the Grove. I'll be representing Florida Department of Transportation. I started in May, so I'm in probably a new face to a lot of you, and I should be the one at all these moving forward. So I'll jump right into it. As far as our federal grants for state fiscal year 25, those were all due last December. We've received 36 applications, and within this area, the applications we received were for Easter seals, the applications that we have sent up as award recommendations to central office was Easter seals and Sarasota County Breeze Transit for the 5310 program. We also have a virtual grant workshop that will be held Thursday, September 19th for those programs that I just mentioned. So it's just like a grant workshop for any agencies to kind of string them along and show them how the grant application process works. And it's great for people that have already applied in the past, or just as a refresher, or new agencies, kind of like a better overview of the whole program. The deadline to register for that is September 13th at 5. So if anybody's interested, I think that's 2 days from now. If you want to provide me your email or whatever, I can send you the link to sign up. We also have the 2024 FPTA conference coming up. That's September 22nd through the 25th in West Palm Beach. We will be attending that. And then triennial reviews. So it's kind of like we come in and for our agencies, and I guess a soft word, like a soft audit. It's not really an audit, but like we're overviewing, like looking at their maintenance files, driver files, stuff like that. We have 29 of those to review throughout the district, and round 3 of those started in 2024. So right now we don't have any that are in progress for this area. And we do have one coming up for City of Sarasota, and that's November 20th. And then the ones that we have completed so far is Community Haven and Suncoast Center for Independent Living. And then as far as staff updates, so I said I started the end of May. We also had another transit coordinator start end of April. So after the 2 of us have been added, we're fully staffed now in the transit department at FPT. So.
Nice. Thank you, Victoria. Welcome.
Thank you.
Any questions for Victoria?
When can we give you our information?
I can get it from you after the meeting.
Okay.
Are you a coworker to Maddie, or is Maddie your coworker?
Maddie? Oh,
Yeah.
Maddie is, so she's I'm the CEO of the Lighthouse. She's the program director of programs.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we just sent her all the information for our
Okay.
grant workshop.
So I'll ask her to get it. Thanks.
Okay, yeah.
Perfect, thanks.
All right, any additional questions? Seeing none, we'll move on to the MPO staff report. Mr. David Machado will report on this item.
So very high level, the MPO has been working on closing out, since we do work on both fiscal years, but both the state and the federal fiscal year. So we've been mainly concentrating on closing out our budget for our state fiscal year, and now we're working on closing out the federal fiscal year. In addition to, as part of the closeout, we're wrapping up most of our studies and projects that we had up. So the ATP, so active transportation study, will be going to our board on the 23rd. Our destination 0 will be going to the board. Our congestion management will be going on to the board also, all for final reports. In addition to that, we're currently in the middle of working on our long range transportation plan, which that should be done sometime in October. In addition to that, No, yeah, October next year, sorry.
Phase two.
Yeah, we're in phase two. We phased it out due to the fiscal year constraints and budget cutoffs. In addition to that, we have a new staff who's not here. His name is Nick. He's one of our planner. I think that's it. Rachel, did I miss anything? That's it for us.
Any questions for David? Seeing none? Somebody should have came with one, he didn't want one. All right, seeing none, it is time for everybody's favorite time, once around the table. If anybody has anything to add about your organization and what's going on, now will be the time. Start with Miss Alita. Miss Alexandria, anything that you want to share for your
Yeah,
organization?
so as you guys know, I'm from the Woodhouse Action Law Center and our building was destroyed during Hurricane Ian. It is now getting ready to be unveiled again at the beginning of in January of 2025. It should be really pretty now because we're doing a lot of different things. We have a whole new look and we are really looking to really reach out to more of our population with vision loss. And do everything that we can to assist them to get back to work if that's what they choose, or to give them access to information through technology. And we also have just launched it's called Lighthouse Technology Solutions. It's a way for us to create revenue to support ourselves, where we will be going out and assisting organizations, people, et cetera, to fix their, computers, all that kind of stuff, lots of different things on that. But also teaching offices and organizations how to have an accessible workplace, meaning creating PDFs into accessible text, et cetera, et cetera. So you need your computer fixed at a good price for a good cause. There we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing.
Next month, we have November.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
I know,
We do have the Veterans Day Parade downtown Sarasota. Invite everybody to attend. Celebrate our veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Brenda, nothing major to add. I work in the provider enrollment field, so helping increase access to care. So I believe in this cause. And my background is patient experience, process improvement. So if I can help with it.
Thank you.
Not even fancy, I have nothing.
Kimberly,
No H from Boca.
all right.
I'll give an update. We at Breeze Transit are currently working on our transit development plan, which is a 10-year plan for how we want to see transit be provided in the community. So we do have an online survey available on our website, as well as a map where you can provide feedback. And this TDP process will continue on through the end of the year, and then we'll be taking the plan to our board early in the new year. But if you have any comments to provide or you want to share with your organization, you can send me an email and I can give you a link to the website. You can share that.
I have nothing further.
I'm Judy Carter and we're a nonprofit and we have probably 2 vans that we drive to Sarasota and Manatee County delivering food to homebound individuals. We've been to USF and studied universal design, done things like that. But the main thing I wanted to ask, since FDOT is here, is I went to a meeting, I believe it was last year, that said there's going to be a corridor that connects Sarasota to Manatee. And they had a date for when it would start, but I can't find the picture I took of it. And I was wondering if you knew about that, or if you could give us any information about that.
I do not know anything, I mean, you're a corridor, so there are lots of corridors that connect Sarasota County and Manatee County. Am I not, did I hear the question right?
Well, in the past, there's been a disconnect between transportation in Manatee and transportation in Sarasota at the line, like who's responsible for getting the person past the Manatee line into Sarasota, that kind of thing. And so I was told at this FDOT meeting, and they had it all out on a schedule, the time, the year and things like that. And they had a name for it. And it was supposedly, allegedly coming soon. Like
So-
within the next year or so.
Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying your question. The disconnect between anything that's happening in Sarasota County and Manatee County is unrelated to the roadway system. If there is a disconnect, today, I find that both agencies work together remarkably well. And I feel like if there is still a disconnect, then it's likely that the agencies themselves are unaware of that. And our good example is that in part with the department in partnership with both agencies, Breeze and Manatee County Area Transit, we are, the department is helping to financially support, we call it Route 99. It's on US 41 and it runs the length of 41. And the counties, primarily the length. Both agencies are on that route, are on that road, providing service. And they have to collaborate at a very high level to organize that so that they're not, you know, crossing over and so that it is easy for the user. So if you still feel like there is an issue with providing public transportation between the two counties, that's not something that the department can respond to, but I know that Breeze and Manatee County Area Transit would be happy to talk to you about it, and I don't know if Megan or Seth has any.
This wasn't a county issue or any kind of issue. It was a plan from FDOT to create this connection between Sarasota and Manatee County for transportation.
Public transportation? Is that what you mean, or?
It could be, I'm not sure, but it had a specific time that it was gonna begin and it had a name.
So is it M course or? Is that?
Enforce was a long time ago,
Yeah, it's a good.
like 2018 or something.
No, no, this is like coming in the
Moving
future.
forward. But I don't know if, so again, those are roadway projects, but, and I'm not up to speed on those roadway projects.
Okay, I just wondered.
Yeah.
Do you know when was the meeting that you attended, and maybe you can go back to agenda and presentation?
I have pictures, I believe they're on my work phone in my car. But I thought I would ask you if you.
I don't believe it's anything the MPO has heard about either, so it's news to us.
Yeah. So usually how it works with DOT and the MPO, I mean, we're close partners with a lot of things that happen, right? And so if David is saying he's not aware of a new road and I'm not aware, it's more likely that I'm not aware because I'm not on that side of the business, but for David to not be aware as well.
You wanna go out and grab your phone while we, like, if it's on your work phone in the car? I mean, we can kind of move on, but I bet you they'd be.
No, we can move on.
But no, I'm just, we're almost done, I'm going like, do you wanna go grab it, so after you can show them to see if there's any, if it's only
I have it in my
50
purse.
feet away, you might as well go get it. Get your questions answered.
I've got it in my purse. Go ahead, I'll.
Okay, yeah, you
for
pull,
it.
If it's, okay, if you wanna pull them up, Marcella, if you, anything to have from the.
Yeah, from the Area Agency on Aging, just so that everyone knows, and you'll probably get tired of me hearing me say this all the time, but just so that everyone knows exactly what the Area Agency is, we're part of the Department of Elder Affairs. We administer the federal and state dollars for in-home services to assist older adults, 60 years or older, or adults 18 years or older with a disability. We do the screenings for the implementation of those services. Just because a lot of people don't know who we are, so we're trying to do better and getting more people and knowing that the services are there and available. We do serve Sarasota County all the way to Collier County and London to DeSoto, Hendry and Glades. One big update before our next meeting in November is that we will be entering the Medicare open enrollment, which will start on October 15th through December 7th. We do provide free unbiased Medicare counseling for older adults, or for anybody that's approaching that age and just wants to really understand how to navigate Medicare, because it's a beast in itself. We have free, unbiased counseling through Shine volunteers. They go through a federal training, a very extensive training. They've all been vetted, and they will provide that counseling, for you one-on-one, completely free. And I just want to emphasize that it's unbiased, meaning it's not going to be somebody that's going to want your business and tell you that their plan is going to be the best thing ever. Not taking into account your medication, your providers, your specialist, where you live, all of that information. That specialist from our office does take into account all of that and will provide you options that will meet all of your needs. So really just share that that open enrollment is coming up. We do provide that one-on-one counseling year-round. We provide monthly webinars. Visit our website and you can see all of those webinars. But if you really want that one-on-one, just give us a call and we can schedule that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nothing from the Department of Health.
All right. Scott, wealth of knowledge there, Eddie.
I have nothing to add.
All right.
I don't have anything additional. I don't have anything, but I don't know if you want to keep the floor open while we try to resolve this.
Yeah, if she's looking for it, I'll just kind of have a quick APD update just for those going. We are in the midst of, we were approved for a pilot program through a managed care pilot program. So we're in the midst, well, Sarasota wasn't selected, Manatee County was. But it is a program that's gonna be what we're understood as Marcella was talking about, like the Department of Area Aging, the medical care. It's gonna be strictly for APD qualified individual disabilities, but it's gonna kind of wrap long-term care waiver into the APD Medicaid waiver. That individuals who are selected through the pilot will receive eligible for all APD services, so like day programs, supported employment, supported living, but also then would be coupled with the services that the long-term care waiver does, which are more medical. Some of those, so we just sent interest letters out 3 weeks ago, and we're getting those back with hope that there'll be people receiving services through that pilot program starting in October. So Kimberly.
People that are on the wait list.
It is only for people on the wait list, and they have to be over 22 years of age. Just because we're anticipating a lot of the people into it are gonna want a day program and, part of CMS guidelines, and unless they have a high school diploma. Yes.
Statewide or Manatee Sarasota?
No, it's not statewide at this point. It's in Miami-Dade, Manatee, Hillsborough County. I wanna say it's Polk or Orange, and then there's some counties up north that it's not statewide. They wanted to kind of cherry pick some larger counties, some medium-sized counties, and then some smaller counties across the state to see how it can go. It is gonna be it is vendored out to a company called Community Care, I think something, it's where it's going. So while we're gonna do the eligibility and they have to be APD eligible, it is in a sense, it's gonna be ran similar to probably like CMS, to where they're gonna get like, it's gonna be more ran like an insurance than it would be like case management.
So Manatee, not Sarasota.
Yes, I just know a lot of times there's carryover, but that's across the state, even though it's like we're all kind of touched by it, but that's what we've been up to. Any luck on the pictures?
I'm still looking.
Okay, Are you guys able to stick around for like a minute or two while she searches through that? But I know in the interest of we all went around and if anybody has nothing else to add, we can adjourn at, our next meeting is November 6th at 1 p.m. Here, be here or be square or whatever they say. It is 1:41. Have a good day. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
I told you.